Well, the Atlanta Braves got back to the 500 mark with their win on Sunday, and then on Tuesday night, the bullpen blew a very nice lead to pop them back under the 500 mark. They're now 17-18, still only 2.5 games out of first place in the National League East. But the bullpen continues to be the story, and hasn't it always been the story with the Atlanta Braves? Look, I've been a Braves fan since 1978, since I was 8 years old. The Braves have been in existence since 1966, and the Achilles heel for this franchise and the history of the franchise has been the bullpen. Let's be honest, they may have had another World Series championship in the 1990s if the bullpen had been a little bit stronger. Seems like every year they're in contention. We're always wondering, will the bullpen hold up, or is the bullpen going to be good enough? And right now, through the first 35 games of the season, I think we can all say the bullpen is not good enough. They allowed Mark Melancon, last year's closer, to leave via free agency. He signed a very reasonable deal to pitch for the San Diego Padres instead. He wanted to come back to Atlanta, but the Braves analytics department thought that he didn't throw hard enough, and they allowed him to walk away. Braves also did not sign Shane Green until this past weekend. He's been a valuable member of the bullpen since the trade deadline in 2019, and he's finally going to be back in the fold in a couple of weeks. Chris Martin, who was also acquired at that deadline in 2019, he has been hurt for the last couple of weeks, and the Braves hope to get him back in the next couple of days. So with Green coming in a couple of weeks and with Chris Martin back, hopefully the bullpen will be somewhat improved. But there's no doubt they are relying on people like A.J. Minter, like Jacob Webb, like Luke Jackson, and they're either scaring the heck out of us or they're just not being effective. And for Minter can either be very, very good or very, very bad. And that's a sign probably that he's just simply pitching too much. The Braves' rotation has been much improved over the last couple of games. Their ERA is under 2 in the last week, which is good for the rotation at least. But again, we know that bullpen has got to be very solid. Now with these starting pitchers only going 6 innings at the most, it makes it important for the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning to have effective relief pitchers, and they've got to do it 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 times every week. Luke Jackson's going to scare us to death. We know that. Minter, I think, can be effective if they lower his workload. And Will Smith has been a very effective closer, being successful in all 7 of his save opportunities so far. But the Braves bullpen is probably going to be the one thing that will take them far in this season. We'll see if they have time to really analyze whether or not Martin coming back and Green returning will be enough for this bullpen. But you kind of already think that they are headed toward another trade before the trade deadline to get another relief pitcher. They've got talent in that bullpen. Jacob Webb's a good pitcher, but I mean, he's obviously had some brain issues the last couple of games with some very bad decisions. But he's got good stuff, and they need him to be effective. If that Braves bullpen can be effective and that rotation continues to be solid, I think we know this Braves team's going to hit, and that could still make them the favorite of the National League East. The Mets are red hot right now. They have won 6 in a row and are on their way to a 7th win in a row, but the Braves still could be the team to beat, and we'll find out even more next week when the Braves take on the Mets. But if that bullpen's good, the Braves have a chance to be pretty good this year.